Man was shooting incredible people. You say to yourself, how can this possibly be happening in the United States of America? How can this be happening? And we have to be tough, and we have to be smart, and we have to be vigilant. It's going to happen again and again and again. And we are not doing what we're supposed to be doing.
That was presumptive GOP presidential nominee Donald Trump earlier today talking about the rising threat of ISIS and radical Islam. Now, Earl Father's campaign. Let's take a look. Good to see you guys.
Good to be with you.
All right. So we have this tragedy in Orlando, and it seems that it is now brought to the forefront of the debate in the country in terms of presidential politics. You got the refugee issue with Syrian refugees. You got the immigration issue of building the wall. You got the issue of energy independence and intelligence. Four of the key issues that your dad has brought up in the course of this campaign. How big does this now become?
Listen, it's big. What we've shown is that the left's policies of coddling, their policy of appeasement, it doesn't work. You're not going to hug these guys into submission. You're not going to get them to stop doing what they're doing. They're sociopaths, and you have to deal with them accordingly. The only thing they understand is force. And I hope that people realize this. I mean, because it's such a shame that it takes a tragedy like this for people to realize that these are never going to be good people. These extremists are never going to be good people. They're always going to be out there trying to kill you.
You think about this. I said earlier this week that I think your dad was responsible for shaming Hillary Clinton into finally saying radical Islamic terrorism. But think about this. For the better part of the last 8 years, it has been called workplace violence, overseas contingency operations, man-caused disasters, anything but what it really is.
But how many more of these do you need to go through, right? We went through 9/11. We went through California. Now we have Orlando.
Chattanooga, Boston.
I mean, there's
Belgium, Paris.
And not to mention Benghazi and so many others. I mean, how many more of these do we have to go through before they say the words radical Islamic terrorism? I mean, they're afraid to utter it, and you can't fight an enemy you can't even call them by their name. And, this speaks to this whole narrative. I mean, I'm glad you mentioned the wall before and protecting our southern border. I'm glad you mentioned taking the oil. We should take the oil. I mean, by sending money overseas, we're funding the very people who want to hurt us. I mean, it's insane. Well, and also the Iran nuclear deal. Look, the $150 billion, and you have Kerry going on TV saying, some of this money will definitely land in the hands of terrorists. I mean, how crazy are we?
Here's the differences, though, that are emerging in the campaign. Your dad says, no, temporary ban. Your dad says, build a wall. Border Patrol agents I've interviewed say that they're seeing more and more Middle Eastern men crossing the southern border, many more. And then I think the issue of